everybody, it's Wayne again, aka Squirrel Madness, back with another video. It will not be an unboxing, it's a little bit of a departure today. I want to talk a little bit about some stuff I've been thinking about. One of my previous videos, I said, please feel free to ask questions and, give me your thoughts and whatnot. And one of my subscribers, Tina, asked me what my goals were this year in terms of collecting, and I responded very quickly, kind of like, oh, I don't really have any goals or whatever. The more I thought about it, the more I thought, actually, I do have some goals in mind. And I thought, I kind of not dismissed the question, but I answered it too quickly without thinking. And thank you very much, Tina, for the question. I really appreciate that. So I dedicate this video to you and to your question. So just to sort of share a bit with the community in terms of what I'm looking to do in the next year. I'm looking to do a variety of things. First and foremost, and this isn't about particular books, items, series, or anything like that, it is to get my collection in order. So a little bit about me. I used to collect back in the day. I started collecting comics kind of like 80, 81. I was, maybe 9 or whatever at the time. And I collected steady, and I collected a lot. And as I got, part-time jobs as I became a teenager, my money went to comics and Star Trek fandom and Dungeons and Dragons. So I was a complete and total nerd. I still am. You can tell the glasses and whatnot, and the Starlab shirt. But I stopped around 1991. I had reached the point where I was going to start going to university, and I thought, you know what, I guess I kind of lost interest. Life changes, your things in your life just become different, and I had different priorities, and I didn't find I wanted to spend the money on these things anymore. And it's funny looking back now that I was thinking, oh my God, comics are like $1.25, comics are $1.50. What the hell? I can't afford this. And oh my God, they're going to run a story across all the Spider-Man titles. That means even if I don't buy a particular Spider-Man title, now I have to spend an extra $1.50. This is a money grab. I'm not going to give them the money anymore. And I'm looking at how much money I spend on comics and how much I spend on variants, and I'm thinking, wow, I don't know how good I had it. Anyway, so like I said, first thing I want to do is really get my collection in order, because I stopped, and I maybe had 2,500 comics. I won't lie to you, in the last 8 months, I've doubled that or more. And just to take this camera, and this is my desk. This is my desk that I'm currently working on things. This is my office, by the way. So this is the table of stuff that is just sitting there to be dealt with. And my desk behind me, the table of stuff that I have to deal with. In the other bedroom, I have 14 boxes of comics. Hard to believe I started with 9. So 14 plus everything that's here. So and there's piles actually downstairs too, which I don't have any place to put them up. So they're just kind of down there. So goal 1 is to go through my old collection and rebag and reboard everything. Also rebag and reboard anything I bought that's new that I bought at auction or bought to add to my collection in bulk, provided it requires it. So I'm still on the letter A. A will be 4 boxes. It's crazy. Well, ASM and Avengers really do that. So that's a major goal this year. So not just to do that, but to also log and record everything that I have. So I have a good running total of what I have. Also to track what I've spent on things, so that when I do turn some things around, that I will at least get a sense of what I paid for it and if I'm going to make some money on it, because the goal is to make some money. I don't know if I want to call it speculation, maybe, but certainly I do pick up a deal when I see it, and some of it I want to keep, and some of it, the goal is to sell it and put that money back into my collection, or into my house, or whatever sundry expenses that come up. But in terms of collecting, so step 2, like I mentioned, is I will be starting to sell some things, whether it's through mycomicshop.com. I'm thinking about selling things through my Instagram page, which again, I have a link below. I'm not sure the best route to go. I do have some things at mycomicshop.com right now, but they're kind of slow. They're not really going anywhere, and I feel my price is competitive. So, we'll see. But also, in terms of my collection, there's certain books that I love, and I have short and long-term goals of what I want to do. So in the next year, there's certain series that have always meant something to me, that I would like to complete runs of, to have really good quality issues, preferably 8s and higher. Things that either I collected back in the day, I wished I'd collected back in the day, things I knew people collected back in the day that I was jealous of, and now I'm in a position to be able to get them. So I've been sort of slowly picking up some odds and end titles to do this, and what I've also done is gone and picked up some like nicer quality like keys or number 1s for these series. So just to give you an idea of some of the series that mean something to me and why. And I'm sorry, Tina, this is a long answer to a short question. For example, I picked this one up, All-Star Squadron 1. It's signed by Rich Buckler. This All-Star Squadron was actually the very first book that I recall going with my own money to the store and buying a number 1, thinking, I'm buying a number 1 of a book. This is awesome. It was 1981, so I may have 9 or 10, and I thought it was the best thing ever. And I kept collecting this right up till, I think I stopped in the 40s or 50s. So some of my books are not in great condition, so I'm trying to go back and pick up the ones I'm missing and improve on some of the ones that I have. But this title is near and dear to my heart, and so that's why I went and got this as a 9.8 online at eBay. This is going to go on my wall eventually. So that's one of the titles. Another title I have that I would like to complete my run, and I have a lot of odds and ends in the collection, is Tomb of Dracula. When I was a kid, I read some Tomb of Dracula, and I don't know, it's just always, kind of warmed the cockles of my heart. Something about the series and the artwork and just the story just always appealed to me. And I'm not a huge horror fan, but so this is a Tomb of Dracula 1 7.5 I got for myself. Now, I might unload this one day in favor of a higher quality book. I do have a lot of the books in the run. I'm missing a few that I want to fill in over time. Of course, the one I'm missing the most of is number 10, First Appearance of Blade. So when I sell a kidney, I can get that one. Another book from the 70s that means a lot to me, and I bought this recently online, Invaders 1 9.8. I also have not very many issues of Invaders, but I also have the Invaders Giant Size, which is the first appearance of the Invaders. It's not in great condition. I would like to get a better copy. Plus I have, I can't recall which issue of Early Avengers. I know it's in the 80s, I want to say, where you kind of get the proto-Invaders. It's the Invaders before the Invaders became officially a title, but it's when you had the Human Torch and Captain America and Submariner working together in World War II. So, but I would like to fill this in and get this collection. Another one I recently picked up, Shogun Warriors. I'm a huge anime fan, and although as I get older, my anime tastes have turned more towards slice of life. Again, Shogun Warriors, 70s really meant a lot to me, and so I would like to get the full run of this. Another one in the same vein, which I don't have a good copy here, I have some that are in my boxes, but is Godzilla. I haven't looked at the newer Godzilla, but I'm talking the Marvel from the 70s. I have a number of those as well, including a couple of #1s, but I might get the #1s CGC graded, depending once I take a look at them. And I get to the letter G, which at the rate things are going, it's going to be, you know, I'll be collecting pension. So those are some of my collecting goals. Another thing I would like to do is have a comic book room. The more I think about it, the more it's something I really want. I was speculating whether or not I would take one of my bedrooms and turn it into a comic room. This room that we're in now is my office. The room I usually do my videos in is my living room. None of them are going to be big enough for what I want to do. Even the second bedroom where I have most of my boxes, I think I'd have to do a lot of work to get it into what I want it to be. So I'm actually speculating turning part of my basement into a comic room. There's a large open area. There's built-in pot lighting. The walls are dark. I'm thinking of repainting and putting in some shelving units. I've got figures and stuff that I would like to display. I'd like to start adding statues and whatnot to it. So I'm thinking turning part of my basement into a comic book room. And so that's a journey I'm going to be taking over the next while. I don't know how long that's going to take, how much effort I'm going to put into it, or how much effort I'm going to put in towards getting these comics organized first before finding a home for them. Either way, you know, as you all know, life is life, and there's a limited amount of time and a limited amount of money. So I'm hoping that in the next year to year and a half, all these things can be done. And I'm hoping to share the journey with all of you. Thank you for those who subscribed or those who've watched my videos and joined me so far in my journey. And I'm hoping to add more content again that's not unboxing. Maybe just sharing discussions about comics, or just opening up ideas to talk about that you can share your comments, and then maybe we can I can do response videos for them. Again, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and have a great night.